again and again that allows probabilities to work in our favor. So we can't have different variables coming into this. So let's see what happens here. Ooh, okay, we might have to close this position and have given back all of this profit here, which also is okay. Okay. Is it going to break? Oh my gosh. Crazy. Crazy to see Bitcoin, of all instruments, respect a trend line. That's crazy. Okay, it's awfully close. Are we going to have to close? All right, how many are closing? Yes. Close our position. Price violated our safety line. This is telling us that there's an indication that the price is no longer trending up. We're closing our position here. So I'm going to go back and throw my emoji right here. Did I do the right direction? Let me see. Nope. There we go. We are closing our position right here. Boom. Price violated our safety line. We're getting out. We were just able to capitalize from here, from 64,800 all the way to 67,916. Now, something that I want to show you guys about this strategy, we're not catching highs and lows. We're not trying to predict highs and lows. We're just trying to catch movement in between. We're trying to catch these trends or this distance in between. So we're just trying to catch these chunks of movement. When price breaks a line, we're thinking long positions or short positions, depending on which line. We're just trying to capitalize on all of these movements. So we knew when to get in, when price broke the downward trend line, the action line, and we knew when to get out. Now, let's say that maybe some of you guys didn't take a long position. Maybe some of you guys didn't get in here. This also could be an indication to take some short positions. If you didn't take this long position back here, maybe you weren't watching Bitcoin, now you can go short. And I'm going to just fly through an example here of if someone was to take a short position. Now remember, you would still have to do the same concept. You do your top-down analysis. You make sure that your trend lines don't intersect. These we can delete. Boom, boom. If you didn't take a long position here and you were watching Bitcoin for the first time, when price broke this upward trend line, that would have been your indication to take a short position. And then price moved aggressively in your favor. Now, not as good as this upward trend line, but this is the meat of the strategy. This is where I want to show you guys. This is the workout. I want you to take this on your own and replicate it again and again and again. Now, some things that I want to explain to you guys is that one, there is more to it. Just like when you're trying to work out and maybe you've made it to like a level to where you're healthy and you've got an idea for the gym and you're working out and you're doing the same workout, but like now you've got a very specific physique that you want to work towards. Now there's more that's involved. You need to work on your nutrition. You need to work on some different workouts. You're going to need more than one workout, more than one setup. And there are more. I'm not trying to gatekeep. I'm not trying to say, but wait, there's more. I just based on the time that I have with you guys tonight, this right here, this simple workout is going to put you in position for consistency. This is simple enough to replicate. This has a system that you can replicate again and again and again. You can do this top-down analysis. You draw your trend lines. You make sure that you're abiding by our rules, by our guidelines. You know when to get in and you know when to get out. You have got the basics or the simplicity of a strategy now. But now let me just walk you guys through a little bit more. So we're going to go back to slides. But this is usually my favorite part. And sometimes I know it's getting late and my energy is depleting a little bit because we've gone through a lot of information, a lot of strategy, but I still get so excited when people just think that they're not smart enough to trade. This is what I do. I draw lines on charts. To be honest, if you're artsy fartsy, you can do something like this. So many people think that they're not qualified or they can't do this. This system is the meat of the strategy here. This is what I do on a day-to-day basis. So I know you can do it. I know you guys can draw the trend lines. We've walked through the top-down analysis. I've walked you guys through when to get in and when to get out. Now it's just up to you to replicate this. So give me just a moment. We're going back now. It's going to be purple, so get ready. There it is. This can work for anyone at any level. Now I want to walk you guys through one more example here. So we talked about Arslan. We talked about my story. I want to talk about Manny. And I'm curious if we've got Manny in the chat. Manny almost always attends every single masterclass. I'd be surprised. Manny, are you in here tonight? Maybe not. Well, keep a lookout. You guys might find Manny. Manny, now this is going back to mindset. So we're bringing a little bit of the hype down, the excitement down. It looking through the charts and then understanding that this is a strategy that you can actually implement is so exciting. Like that is the pinnacle. Like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I can draw lines on a chart. I can see when to get in, when to get out. I can follow price. Anybody can do that. Anybody can follow the direction here as long as we have system and a structure to it. So Manny came in. So this is just another where I want you guys to understand the where people started or where I started. Manny came in having already trying different strategies. So I'm sure some of you guys have already tried different strategies. I asked you guys earlier, and you guys gave some pretty advanced answers. Some of you guys already said ICT. Some of you guys said supply and demand. But the issue here is that Manny came in with different strategies, trying a bunch of different strategies. SMC, yeah. So some of you guys already have some different strategies under your belt. Manny did the same thing. He had some different strategies that didn't work. Now, maybe they didn't work for him, or maybe it's the fact that he was just trying very different strategies or many different strategies. But he had been paper trading for 3 months and could not execute with confidence. How many of you guys have been trading for 3 months already? Okay, so Xavier's got a different strategy under his belt as well. Okay, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year. Okay. 3 years. Okay, Manny was in the same position, had 3 months already under his belt, but couldn't execute confidence. On top of that, had some personal challenges, adding financial and emotional pressure, which I was kind of in a similar boat to where I had to publicly take a giant loss in front of hundreds of thousands of people in my 2023. And there were many years before that, 2023, where I had been in some financial situations or some financial struggle. And I'm sure some of you guys have been in that same position. So on top of trying to learn a strategy, you're already going through some personal challenges, maybe some financial challenges. Manny was going through the same thing, experiencing FOMO and not confident with his entries and exits, troubled with the entries and exits, and lack of confidence with his approach. Which, I mean, to be fair, like when you've got so much information and so many different strategies, it is very hard to be confident on one. So it is fair to say that when he started, Manny did not have everything figured out. But how many of you guys today can relate to Manny? So some of you guys already have 3 or more months of trading under your belt. Some of you guys maybe already have different strategies that you have tried. Maybe you don't have the confidence. You don't know when to execute. When do you get in? When do you get out? How do you feel confident about a position? How many of you guys have been into trading and you're also going through some emotional and financial struggles simultaneously? Does not help. Manny was able to make an entire 180-degree turn. If y'all can do it, if I can do it, if Manny can do it, if Arslan can do it, I'm telling you, you, Sandra, can do it. You, George, can do it. You, Anna, can do it. December in 2025, 3K profit. Okay, that's not crazy, but like found his footing. I'll take it. Dude, I'm sure any of y'all will take a 3K month for sure. But the next month is crazy. What was Manny able to do the next month? Manny had a $19,000 profit. Going from a $3,000 profit to 19 is impressive. Absolutely impressive. And you guys can see week to week to week. So he took one losing trade. He placed one trade on the 5th of January. He placed one trade on the 6th.